Okay, we're back on a brand new stream. Sorry, guys, I don't know what's going on. We're back to day trading, the New York Open on NQ on a proper count. Sorry about this, guys. When the stream, for whatever reason, slight internet jitter, when that happens, then YouTube just cuts off the whole damn stream. And then I have to end it and then start again. So I do apologize. Hopefully it's smooth sailing from here. Like my internet is absolutely fine. I've got perfect internet access. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to trading. Jeez, this damn thing. Look at this sell-off. What an absolute crazy sell-off we're having right now on the open. We're back. Let me know. Okay, Thomas is back in the chat. Awesome. All right. Let's do this now, finally. Apologies again for everyone watching. The stream cut off. I had to redo it. Where are we? Let's actually analyze what happened on the open. So we opened up, I mean, a ton of sell pressure, right? Coming in. They were very effective, these sellers. So for me, it is definitely more of a bearish kind of movement. Buyers trapped again. They tried to recover, couldn't. Sellers keep coming in. I think on pullbacks, I'm basically going to try short this market on pullbacks. That is kind of the strategy for today. I just want to see if there's any better areas that I can find on a pullback, because we do have this kind of gap at the bottom here, which I really, this gap here where we rejected earlier on in the day. So I'm just kind of looking for any kind of little gaps in volume on this downward leg that could potentially cause, you know, a kind of continuation type move on any pullback so I can go short. And that is, damn, it happened a minute ago on this candle. Okay, so near the top here, if we get back into this area and we see sell pressure, there is a big amount of buyers coming in, but let's see how effective they are. We could definitely go short, you know, in this area here. And hopefully, you know, just need a few points, 10, 20 points, whatever. And we'll scalp our way down. So let's hope that pullback occurs. We do want a pullback. I don't want to jump in and chase the market. Let me just edit this. I'll also get my cash account loaded up, just in case I do see a good trade and I want to take it on my cash. That would be nice. Cool. All right, we're going back into that area. All right, the buyers are coming in. So we've got 100 contracts. They are starting to drop a little bit. I just want to see a bit more. It's not bad, but it's not good enough yet. Come on, give me a bit more. Don't go down yet. It seems like that was enough for it to push it down a bit. Come on, just get back into this area and give me something a bit more clearer. That happened too quick for me to react. Good morning, Trina. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, I missed it. All right, it already happened. Potentially, we could just range for a little bit here. If we get back to the top here, I could jump in again. Come on, just give me another opportunity. Don't drop yet. You bastard. All right, missed that one. It just happened too quick. I was waiting for just a little bit of extra confirmation. That would have been my TP down here. This is the only thing on the open, when it's like fresh on the open, the first 15, 20 minutes, the market just moves too quick sometimes to react. If you take that 1 second, 2 seconds just to confirm and look for something, you know, a bit more solid, the move is gone. So what can you do? But I would imagine that there will be some kind of rejection in this area. I don't really want to buy this market, so I don't want to buy. I just want to short it. So hopefully there's a good rejection here. We go back up a bit and then gives me another opportunity to jump in. That's my thought process right now. Oh, and I should mention for this stream, at 4 p.m. UK time, so basically hour 20 minutes, I do have, I have to be off. I have a interview with a client from Ola Prime, so I need to conduct that interview. But that's fine. We got an hour and 20 minutes. We can definitely find something. But man, what a sell-off we've had. It's finally occurred. It's finally happened. We had this whole, that big seller for the last week. That's just been this whole kind of movement up that we had, you know, where they were just absorbing a ton of buyers, building up a giant order. I feel like we're at the beginning of potentially a very nice sell-off. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Now they're coming in so aggressive, but woo, buyers are still trying to buy the dip, understandably. We're still very much in that kind of choppy range in the longer term. So if I go to the 15-minute, we're still very much, because there was a seller pretty much this whole kind of leg up that we had. There was a seller just absorbing, building up a big position for the last few days. And we're still, I mean, we're not really that far down yet. I mean, it is quite a sell-off, but we've had in the open, but it's not really, you know, it's not like a gigantic move. So there's still a lot of people buying the dip. So it's going to be a bit choppy until we really clear a lot of the areas and it starts becoming more adamant and more clear for most people that this could be a downward market. The move we've been waiting for, yeah. And this is the thing, sometimes when there's huge absorption, sometimes it can be pretty instant, but it really depends on whoever that person is or entity that is absorbing. Depends on what their plan is, right? Like if they're looking for a longer term position, if they're looking to, you know, hold this position for a month, well, it doesn't, then, you know, it could take a week for, they're okay. They're swing trading it, right? They've got a massive, you know, they don't care if it drifts up against them. They're looking for something long term. And then we as scalpers, we see that and we think, oh, the move's going to happen, but doesn't necessarily mean it will happen now. I mean, to be fair, big, like massive long-term absorption is, I mean, it's always happening to a certain degree, but it's quite rare you get like people building up positions for that amount of time. Yeah, see, this is just selling off. I missed that opportunity, sadly. So right at the beginning of the stream, I was too slow to hit enter. I was being too kind of, right when we got into this little box here, to that little gap in volume, I wanted to short it. I was just looking for a bit more, you know, on this wick here, a bit more sell pressure. We had a little bit, but nothing major. And yeah, missed the move, but it's fine. There'll be another move. There'll be another pullback. Essentially, you're just looking for pullbacks. This is a bit more of a clearer day because it's less chop. We've actually got movement, like good movement. So we're just looking for pullbacks. Were you trading prop before Ola Prime? Kind of. So I was part of so originally, like my first kind of trading job, if you want to put it that way, when I was very young, was with a prop firm. But the prop firms were different. We're talking, you know, 15 years ago. They weren't like the prop firms we have today. These were basically, the way it worked was you as, like if you wanted to trade with a prop firm, you would have to actually go to this trading floor and you would learn, you know, every day. It'll be like an apprenticeship, essentially. You weren't paid. If any, actually you paid that firm to educate you and teach you how to trade. And then after like 6 months or whatever of learning, they'll put you on a simulated environment. And then after that, if you perform, they'll finally open up a line of like live money for you and you build your way up. So that's how the prop firms used to work. I'm sure some of them still exist with that old model, but obviously since prop firms now online are all about, like, well, how prop firms nowadays, it's a completely different game. They've kind of died off a little bit because who wants to spend, 2 years of their life going to work essentially every day, not being paid just for the opportunity to have capital? Doesn't make sense, right? Well, it does make sense back in the days, but now, like, comparing it to the competition, it's just not really what people want anymore. So it doesn't really happen. But yeah, so I worked for a prop firm, like an old school prop firm. Worked in the marketing department at first, got very interested in trading. And obviously, since I was an employee, I had the benefit of learning without, needing to like be a client, if that makes sense, and pay for the teaching, for the the course and all that. Jesus, look at this sell-off, man. I'm just waiting for a pullback, some kind of a pullback. And yeah, and then I kind of moved on to become a trader. And then a lot of these prop firms, unfortunately, they kind of shut down and became closed capital. Then I was just kind of an independent trader, retail trader, essentially. And then I met the guys behind Ola Prime. And originally we were, again, closed capital trading floor. I became a trader with them. And then we opened up as a prop firm, called ourselves Ola Prime. And that's how, and now I'm here. So obviously, I still, to this day, trade my own capital as well. But yeah, it's been a mixture. But essentially, most of my career as well, yeah, I was trading other people's capital. All right, maybe this is the beginning of a pullback. Let's see if we can get, let me just look at the volume profile, see if there's any nice gaps. There's one there. Well, it's not a great one. It's quite a minor one, but let's see how it reacts. I am very, very, that candle there has got a lot of freaking volume, that sell candle. So this could be quite a bit better of a pullback. And look at all these sellers dropping out now. So let's see what happens. But I am getting ready to potentially short. Can you explain to people the importance of trading a bias and trading a size that allows you to lose until the move happens? Oh, so important. Oh my God. Like, that's one of the main reasons people fail. Believe it or not, it's just they over leverage. They risk too much, and they're out the game before they even had a chance to, like you said, catch the move. Because you're gonna like, especially as a scalper, you're gonna get stopped out constantly because you have to have tight stops. You can't. Swing trading's a bit different. A trade comes along every few days or whatever. You have a big stop and you just let it play out. But as a scalper, you've got to be in and out a lot. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at what's happening here. There's a big buildup of buyers. I just want to see what's going on. There's definitely absorption happening because the numbers aren't changing, but we're not going up. All right, I'm going to jump in for a short. I think we might have a little bit of a pull. Come on. When I stream, this computer shuts down. I'm just going to have a stop, a really tight one. See if we can. I don't think we're going to go all the way back down again, at least not right away, because I feel that these sellers are quite trapped. Buyers are going to come back in again. So I'm going to have my finger on flatten. The moment I see absorption or any kind, I'm getting out. Yeah, see, buyers are slowly absorbing those sellers. Let's just see if we can have a little bit more of a push. Come on. Bit more. All right, I'm taking the money. I feel like we're going to start a little bit of a range here. Anyway, these sellers at the bottom here are very much trapped at the moment. So I've seen this happen many times where you get trapped buyers and trapped sellers at the top, and then the market decides to range a little bit, and then we kind of just bounce up and down, and then eventually something breaks. But let's see. Let's see what happens. But yeah, as trade Audi, as you were saying, my God, yeah, it is so important. Like if you, like honestly, if you have a 150K account, prop firm account, right? Don't even trade minis. Like for the evaluation, if you just want to pass the evaluation quick and you want to be a bit risky and, you know, full port and yeah, all right, fine. Like if as long as you're happy that you're going to blow a few evaluations before you actually, you know, pass one and get to the funded stage, fine. Like I don't like, I would almost agree, you know, because if you can pass an evaluation in 2 days by full porting and whatever the consistency score is, so maybe you need 2 days, you know, of trading at least, fine. Like fair play to you, pass that evaluation, get to the funded stage. But once you're funded, I would stick to micros, man. Not so much like if you're in a really good trade, because when you're in micros, you can drop it down to like 5 micros or 4 micros, whatever, right? And you can dip your toe in a lot easier than minis. Because even on a 150 account where the maximum loss is 4.5 grand, I believe. Believe me, even with minis on something like the NQ, you can blow 4.5 grand quick, like very, very quick. It's more than possible to do it. So yeah, especially on a volatile day, and once you're funded, you don't want to lose that funded account. So stick to the micros, you know. And if you're in a good trade and it's working out well and you want to add, then add another few micros and build your position up that way so you can maximize the good trades and then minimize, you know, if you dipping your toe in essentially. The boy got a fresh cut. Yep. Oh, Adelina's here as well. She trades fire. Adelina's another fellow trading coach at Ola Prime. So yeah, awesome to see Adelina. She also goes live as well. Yep. If you have a 50K account with 2K drawdown, risking any more than $200, 10% is not reasonable. Absolutely, Jack. Absolutely. 100% agree. Like yeah, you should never really be using minis, especially on a 50K account. You will, even if you're, you know, a very good trader and you're very disciplined, you just need a little losing streak. And if you think mathematically, even if you have, let's say hypothetically, a 95% win rate, which is obviously not going to happen, right? I don't know anyone who's ever had a 95% win rate, at least not for a long term, right? You're still mathematically, the chances of having a losing streak, okay, it's small, but it's going to happen one day. One day it will happen, and then you blow that account. So David Jack says, just passed my eval. Well done. Congratulations, David. Really good. What size account did you go for, David? Cherry. Hi, Sam. Hi, everyone. Hi, Cherry. Good to see you again. Wise Guy asks, are you related to Riz or partner with him in firm? Just curious. I think I know who you're on about. No, I'm not related to Riz. Also not partnered. I've never met the guy, never spoke to the guy. But I think I know who you're on about. Is he Words of Wisdom? Is that who you're on about? I think that's his channel, Words of Wisdom. It's something like that. It's like a podcast, trading podcast type thing, right? But no, I'm not related to him. Yeah, that Riz. Yeah, no, not related to him. Why do I look like him? David says 50K account. Amazing. 50K account. That's so cool. But yeah, David, the 50K accounts are great because if you actually look at it, especially if you've got a few of them, because your maximum loss is 2K on a 50K account, right? On a 150K account, it's only 4.5. Whereas if it was the same kind of parameters, it should be 6K max loss, right? So the 50K account is actually the best bang for your buck in general. So great account to have. Stack a few of them, you know. Even if you just make $150, $200 a day on it, That's kind of what I would target with an account like that. I wouldn't try and, get too much out of it. But then, you build up a bunch of 50K accounts. You have like 5 or something. You don't have to copy trade all of them. But if you're really disciplined, you can copy trade all of them. But you can maybe copy trade 3 of them, keep 2 just kind of there sitting. Because if you ever have like, I don't know, you kind of hit your risk limit for that day. Maybe you lost $300, $400. Okay, you can cut it off. But say you see like a good trade. All right, you'll take it on the other account. The ones you haven't traded might make you feel a bit better as well. It's all about just juggling, breaking the money up into different compartments, essentially. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. But back to the charts real quick. Just as I said earlier, I don't think I've seen this happen so many times, where sellers are trapped at the bottom, buyers are trapped at the top, and then we just enter this kind of range, just as I mentioned earlier. And then one of them is going to win, obviously. But at this time, God knows. Like, I would probably guess maybe the sellers, just because, it is quite a bearish market right now. So, but you never know. Buyers could easily, push it up a bit. Doesn't mean they're going to, start a new trend, but they can have a bit more of a retracement, because this is quite a small pullback in comparison to the overall move, down. So I wouldn't be surprised if buyers even, push it up a little bit higher and then the sellers take over again and really push the market down. That could happen. But when you're in a range like this, best thing to do is just kind of sit back, just wait for the pullback, do your thing. I'm just going to update the volume profile. Someone in the chat once mentioned this like anchored volume profile. I tried to find it on Project X. Unfortunately, I don't think they have it. Couldn't find it under the indicator thing, so I still have to use the fixed range volume profile, unfortunately, but it's all good. All right, that's all updated. Looks a bit better. Let's see who wins this little battle. But look at these sellers, huge sellers coming in, 462 contracts. Wow. Market Whisperer, says, Sam, would you consider taking a quick long scalp from the bottom based on the trap sellers? It's bouncing off the Monday. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like on a, I would normally be a bit, it depends on the market. Like just because of how heavy and how strong we opened up, I'd be a bit wary taking that scalp. And I've had a short bias for so long, and because I saw, all those, a big seller basically absorbing all the buyers for the last few days, I kind of been anticipating this market's going to dump for a while. So that's the only reason I'm kind of, not looking to buy. But if it was like a more normal day where, we haven't had a massive sell-off, it's just been kind of, trickling down a bit, and it's been quite more balanced, then yeah, absolutely, I would play both sides of the market, 100%. Thomas says, I think if we break 591, it's going to oblivion. What do you guys think? 591, let's see. So just below here. Yeah, I think you're right ultimately as well. We could see the kind of, a dip down into like that area. And then the buyers try to take it over one more time. We get a little bit of retracement and then the dump happens. That happens very often. But ultimately, yeah, I don't think this is like the end. I think we're selling off for quite a while. But we do have NFP tomorrow. So NFP can change everything. Personally, I believe whichever institution was absorbing all those buyers for the last week and building up this massive sell order, I believe they probably know something we don't know, hence why they're making such a big bet. And that might be NFP related. But again, that's purely just speculating. That's not really based on any true evidence. That's just pure speculation. They could be just, I don't know, they might not know anything, and just for some reason they have their analysts are saying, hey, look, this market's going to dump, and that's why they're selling. I don't know. But Cherry says the Dow is going up. Wow. Looks like tech stocks are not doing too well then. The NQ is dumping. But the Dow, industrial things, are doing a bit better. What about the S&P? I wonder if how the ES looks. I'm just going to quickly jump to the ES, and then we'll check out the Dow. I've never traded the Dow, if I'm honest, so I don't like the Dow's footprint. It's just too little volume. What's going on? Come on. Oh, okay. The ES looks very different. It's a lot more balanced. Well, I guess that makes sense. I'm trying to figure out the ES. Where's the open? Oh, wow. We didn't really have a massive sell-off, and we had a huge retracement on the ES. But, oh, we're breaking that area. Let me look at the Dow real quick. Oh, wow. Okay. Holy moly. All right, that's they've really split. I mean, normally they kind of mimic each other to a certain degree. I mean, the ES being kind of neutral makes sense because it's more of a collective. You know, it includes basically stocks from either side, but the NQ and the Dow is really different. Wow. Okay. So it's obviously tech related. Maybe someone believes or knows that some kind of deal is happening, you know, that could affect tech stocks. Maybe it's AI related. Maybe the AI bubble is bursting. Who knows? You got to look into the fundamentals and research it. Someone says, wise guy says, defense stocks in Dow is the reason. Aha. Okay. Right. Because of, I know YouTube it's very kind of iffy about me mentioning certain countries and things like that. So I'm not going to mention geopolitical stuff because they just instantly shadow ban you if you start, you know, but the country in South America, let's just say that. I'm not going to mention any keywords just because YouTube is really stroppy about stuff like that. I don't know why. There's no freedom of speech on YouTube, sadly. You say something they don't like, they'll shadow ban you. But that makes sense. NQ large sell orders today, yeah. Tech stocks are dumping. I do wonder which, is it collectively? Is it a particular stock? I think it's going to be more of a collective, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it could be very much, for whatever reason, I would have to do a bit more research on the fundamentals to find out the true reason. But sometimes, you know, by the time you hear about it, it's usually too late. But we can only trade as day traders or scalpers. We can only trade what we see. So this little range, obviously, sellers, you know, broken one. Still looking for now a potential pullback of some kind. Just want to see if there's anything I can see. Yeah, there's no new gap being created. There's still that one. We'll just wait for a pullback. Thomas says 4-hour chart looks really bad though. Let's have a look at the 4-hour real quick. I'll look at it on TradingView. Let me just switch away from candles real quick. Not switch to candles, sorry. Come on. 4-hour. Where are we? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about the longer term volume footprint. We have a bunch of areas where we could see okay, the next area of interest I have then will be down here, which is a little gap, and I can see the gap there. So this was a weekend gap that never got filled. So that will be obviously the next area of true buy interest. But I think we could potentially even get down here today. The amount of volume coming in, the sell-off is well and truly in play now. So yeah, I wouldn't be genuinely looking to buy the market until we get into this kind of area. So all I'm looking for now are just pullbacks, short, pullback, short, pullback, short, till we get down to, you know, 25, say 450, between 25 450 and 25 400, around that kind of area. It's not obviously an exact to the T number type thing, but yeah, interesting. We do have little bits, but they're not major, they're smaller ones. A tiny little gap here, but nothing, and it's dead in the middle of what, nah, I wouldn't even, it's not even worth drawing that out on the chart, to be honest. It's not really. Oh, have we had a pullback? Come on, footprint. Load. Come on. Oh, look at that volume. All right. Let's see if we can get a bit more of a rejection. All right, look, all these buyers trying to take over again. This could be another potential pullback that we could short. So just going to wait for these buyers to kind of die off and sell pressure to come back in, and then potentially we could short. Not really any major trap sellers. Actually, no, there is quite a bit here, but they were able to, you know, a few points push it down, but nothing. They're definitely out the market. I think they all dropped out around here. So I'll gear up to potentially sell. Just waiting for something. The best one is when you see the number stay the same, but a big number. Because then that, it's just not. I want a bit more than that. Yeah, no, I'm going to wait a little bit. ES just took previous high. I'll look at the ES in a moment. Let me just load up this cash account, potentially. Give me 2 seconds while I load this up. All right, cash account is loaded, ready to sell on both accounts. Should I see the opportunity? I don't think it's ready just yet. It's still moving very fast though. It's like we're gapping levels. Buyers are still pushing it up. Sellers were not very effective even when the volume came in. So I don't think it's ready yet. All right, we're back into that little gap. Let's see. Is that still a gap? Or has it been filled? Oh, it's a bit bent. Let's draw it out a bit better. Oh, something's happening. Quick look. All right, lots of sellers trying to come in, but they're not really effective. Like almost 200 contracts. We literally have not moved down. So it's not ready yet. Come on. I want a bit higher. I want it to go a bit higher. Here we go. A bit more higher. Any moment. I'm expecting sellers to truly start defending soon. I wonder what the footprint looks like on a 15-second chart. It actually doesn't look bad. I'll switch it over real quick. It looks all right. Oh, look at that volume. Wait, let me just go back to the 1 minute real quick. Oh, here we go. Look at all that huge buy volume. All right, now I want to see that number kind of stay the same and it not really go any higher, but we're still going higher. Okay, we're starting to struggle. This could be potentially it. I just want to see some absorption, something. All right, I'm going to jump in short. Oh, shit. What's going on? There we go. I'll have my stop just a little bit above there. Let's see if we can get this pushed down. I need to see sellers come in. These buyers are still quite adamant. Come on. And these buyers are still trying to push this market up. I've got a really tight stop. Let me put that there. All right, sellers trying to come back in. And they're not very effective yet. There was like a little moment where they were absorbing quite well, but we'll give them another shot. They might just do it. Come on. Forgot about my cash account. Let me just potentially enter. I'm going to enter on my cash when I see a sign a bit more clear. I'm not in my cash yet. When it's my own money, I'm a lot more cautious. As you can imagine. Come on. All right, well, the good news is there's only one half of the equation has played out. The good news is we're not going up anymore. The sellers are holding back and absorbing the buyers. We just need now true sell aggression to come in, and this market can drop down. All right, a little bit of sell aggression coming in, 140. There it is. Come on, bit more. Now you're going to get a lot of dip buyers still because naturally, you know, you can see them coming in, these dip buyers. Now I want to see the same thing happen to these buyers where we just go through them, right? They're just not able. I want to see them fail at holding this area. I just want to see go right through here. See how we're kind of just stuck in it? That's it. Go right through and start trading below them, but they're still kind of holding back. You see, they're holding back the sellers, so they're still very balanced. They're actually doing okay, the buyers. I just want to, you know, yeah, look, they were doing quite well there. They defended it quite well. So it might not be yet ready yet. It might drift up a bit more, and then we can short it again once it's a bit better. But look at them coming in. Now I want to see what happened there, but to the sell side. Does that make sense? Where we just do not, like, I do not want to see buyers get higher than this area now. I want to see sellers hold back those buyers. I mean, this is a shit ton of absorption. Sellers are doing very well to hold it here. I got to give it. I mean, we were up 400 contracts. We're back down to 250. Fair play to the sellers. They're doing very good at holding back the buyers here. Come on. Oh, they're absorbing it down. Now, sellers, come on. Come in. Come in. Get below here. Get below here. We need to get below. Squeeze them out. Get below. Like properly below, not just a tick. I'm talking, you know, a few points below at least. We want to get back to like this 96 and then break this 165 area here. And then we're clean, smooth sailing down for the most part. Obviously, there's still going to be chop, but come on, sellers, you got this. Don't let these buyers bully you. We got this. That's it. Add a bit of aggression in. 100 contracts. Bring it. Come on. Reload. We're back down to 80. Reload. We're back 60. Come on. Add another 100. Come on. Add another 100. Be good. Just checking the comments. Anything? Still no new comments. Good. Well, that's not good, but you know what I mean. Come on now. Come on, sellers. We can break these buyers. We can break them. We've just entered this freaking range. My stop is super tight, man. Super, super tight. There's very high chance you just get wicked out accidentally. But I'm more than happy to get stopped out and jump instantly back in again, rather than keep moving the stop because it adds up. But, these buyers still want to try to push it down. Let's see what the cumulative is saying. So we started this at minus 5.7. We're at minus 5.8. So sellers are less efficient than buyers at this moment in time. Only a little bit, but they are less efficient than buyers. Because although we haven't gone anywhere in the last few minutes, we've literally stayed, sideways. And there's been more sell contracts entering the market aggressively than buy contracts, and they haven't pushed it down either. So the efficiency of the market is not that great. Big up move coming. Mythic Trader 25805. I hope you're wrong, Mythic Trader. All right, there it is. Let's see if those. All right, so the buyers broke through those sellers eventually. I'm still more short on this market. This is still partly a retracement, in my opinion. But the sellers held back. This could just be a little sweep. Sellers held them back. If I see absorption, 260, 290, they're reloading, 340. Here we go. Getting absorbed. I'm going back in short. I think that was just a little sweep. They're adding so many contracts and the sellers are still holding them back. Just need a bit of sell aggression to come in. Let's get below this 471 area. I think it might be all right. Where's my TP? Yeah, that's fine. Let's see how this plays out. Just to let everyone know, though, I do have to leave this live in. Well, I got an interview at 4 p.m. and it's 3:17 UK time. So I'll have to leave the live, just before 4. So I've got at most an hour. Not even, less than an hour. Sorry, like 40 minutes, not even. Say 35 minutes left. And then unfortunately, I do have to go. But I will be back tomorrow, of course. Let's see what's happened. Okay, so we're trading now below those. Just a little manipulative move there. The sellers held it back. As soon as we had it, there was no follow through. I just want to see it drop. There's a big battle going on. Just want to see again what the cumulative is. The sellers are still less efficient than the buyers for the most part, which is not great. Not as efficient as buyers right now. If we're looking at the got stopped out. If we're looking at the cumulative session cumulative volume delta, we were at 5.7, minus 5.7. We're now at minus, just before we had that little spike at 5.3. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, because we had that big 400. Yeah. So that kind of wiped out the. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to wait a little bit for more sell aggression to come in before I short this market. Where is the next area? Let's have a look. Oh, okay, that's moved. We can move that down here. Come on. Yeah, I'm still waiting for. Both sides of the market are very locked right now. We're kind of crawling up ever so slightly, but they're starting to fail. I'll jump in when I see the aggression come in. 12, 18, like next to nothing at the moment. 4, 11, 24, 31. All right, I'm going back in. Might get chopped up a little bit, but we'll catch the move. We will catch it. We will catch it. Let's see. ES is at the high. I am long from 25.588. I'll mark it. Where's 25.58? Is it 58? 25.588. 25. Where the hell is 588? Oh God, yeah, you're all the way down here. That's a very nice long. Sandy says, Sammy, I suck at trading, man. I just blew 10 accounts copy trading. I should have went short with you. Don't copy trade all of them at once. Like, and you need to keep yourself, like, what size accounts were you trading, Sandy? If it's 10 accounts, oh yeah, it could be any size, I don't know, but only do micros. Like, only do micros. Don't, because you know, when you're scalping, you got to have tight stops, right? Super tight stops in order for this to work out. And then you're catching the bigger moves, right? You're catching the legs. So if you can't handle, 5, 6 losses in a row easily without even, shaking the balance, then you got to drop that contract size. You got to go into the micros. If you want to do like go big or go home, they were all 150K with 15 contracts. Like, that's next to nothing. I mean, not next to, that's like one trade and you're out. Do you know what I mean? Like, 15 contracts is just way too much, man. Way too much. You need to drop. I'm telling you, even on a 150K account, you have to use, like, I would never go for. I would never do more than it. Okay, look. I know I'm doing minis here, but the account I have with Ola Prime is like a special account you can't have, right? I don't have the same risk limits. Okay, like, I could lose way more than what, because I work for them. I'm actually employed by them, so that's why I'm doing minis. But if I had like the same risk limit of like 3K maximum loss, never would I do a mini contract, right? I would do like just micros. You don't want to do more than one mini on a 150, and you want to be able to stack it. You want to have enough room to keep stacking the trade, right? You never want to put all your risk in one trade, right? So I do one contract here. Now, say we start flooding down, right? And this starts moving and the sell aggression comes in and this whole range is over and everything is looking great. All right, let's say that starts happening. Then I can start adding another one, another one, another one, another one, another one, and ride it all the way down. And then you go from, you know, taking few little losses, you know, $400 here, to making like 4K in one little move, right? So keep it like you need to be able to lose 10 times in a row and it still doesn't hurt massively and you can still recover from it. Unless you're swing trading. If you're swing trading, obviously that's different, right? You can be a bit more, because you're not taking trades like very often. You're taking it, you know, however long. But if you're scalping, you've got to be able to lose multiple times in a row. Like you have to be able to do it because you're dipping your toe in. You're trying to catch the tops and bottoms, right? So you have to dip your toe in. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Dip your toe in, you're wrong. Fine. But then, boom, you'll catch it. And when you do catch it, that's where you make all the money. Does that make sense? And yeah, like Trade Audi says, if you're going to full port, I would never full port, but if you're going to do it, don't do it at New York Open. Like it's way too volatile, New York Open. Like it's just, it moves. Like even if you can't have a tight stop without expecting to get stopped out multiple times on New York Open. Like it's going to happen. Just even if you're ultimately right, like even this market dumps, I've been stopped out like 3 times in a row now. If this market just dumps, even though I was technically right, because I have a tight stop, I'm still going to get stopped out. Does that make sense? Now you could, all right, you could say, why don't you just have a bigger stop? That's true. You could play it like that, have a bigger stop and just kind of, you know, ride it out a bit. Like again, I'm looking to potentially go short here. I'm just going to check the cumulative real quick. 5 point. Yeah, I'm going short again. Like, and even if I get stopped out again, it's not a big deal because I feel that this market's going to dump soon. We're just stuck in a small kind of range, right? No one is truly winning or losing. It's just kind of going up and down, up and down. It's very choppy. But I haven't taken any trades on my cash account. Like the cash account, I trade a little bit differently. Like I take sometimes not even one trade. No, that's a lie. I do take generally like 1 or 2 trades. But my cash account, I do like 2 trades a day at most. And then I only take them on like serious gaps of volume. I don't take it on the smaller kind of lower probability. But then I go heavy on my cash account. Like I, on average, use 5 contracts. So I don't. And it depends. Sometimes the cash account is more like profitable. It's obviously more profitable in terms of because I use bigger size. But sometimes the cash account is more profitable. Other times, the Ola Prime account, the way I trade this, is more profitable. It depends on the market conditions. There's no like one time, one way of trading is going to work for you on that day, and it's going to work very well. Other times, a different style is going to work better for you. It really depends on the market conditions. Like in volatile, choppy markets, being more kind of, you know, not being more kind of, you know, looking at taking base hits is going to be better than trying to catch big legs. Hamza, do you use SMC? SMC, smart money concepts, I'm assuming. Honestly, I mean, I what you see here is what I use. I don't know if that falls under the SMC umbrella. I really don't know. Donda trades. I just blew 4 funded because of these shorts. All right, look, if you're going to copy my trades, again, you have to use small size. Don't full port. Like, be able to lose 10 times in a row. If you can handle 10 losses in a row, then you're trading the right size. Because you're going to get chopped up. There are times you're going to get chopped up. Okay. Again, Mythic, again, telling you, bro, don't sell until my TP. I forgot where your TP was, if I'm honest. It was, I saw it somewhere in the chat. Hi, Sammy. I have to disagree with you on the market open. At the moment, I've passed 2 accounts. I'm only trading 1 at the minute, and I'm 1K, and I've now started a 3rd combine. Yeah, look, market open is very volatile, and if you want to pass an evaluation, you want to kind of full port. Fair play, like, but then obviously you also have to recognize that there's a good chance you're gonna fail that evaluation. But if you're just trying to pass it quickly, full porting the evaluation at market open, that's how you quickly pass it, right? But when you get to the funded account, you don't want to be full porting on New York Open because there is gonna come that day you're just boom, you're out. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna happen. Oh, I think I missed something. Oh, there's big sell aggression coming in. Let me see what's happening here. And they're still getting absorbed a bit. Yeah, look at that 297 at the top there. We're still quite in that range. They're getting absorbed. We're still in the range by the looks of it. We're still in the range. Yeah, we're still in the range. Sandy, please don't do that. Sandy, I don't know if you're trolling me or not. Please do not pull out a credit card loan to buy 10 more accounts and full port whatever the next trade is. That I think you're trolling me. There's no way. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. I think that's a troll. I don't think that's serious. I hope not, at least. I hope not. Erasing coalition. I'm not full porting, it's risk management. I forgot the conversation that we had. Hi, Sammy. Let me just read your last comment again to screw with your market open. At the moment, I've passed 2. Oh, yeah. Look, I trade market open. I'm not saying don't trade market open, right? Like, trade market open. That's great. But I'm saying if you're not full porting and you're trading normal size at market open, that's fine. Like, I'm not disagreeing with that. That's what I do, right? I trade market open, but with a normal size. I don't full port. But I'm saying if you are going to full port, because someone mentioned about full porting 15 contracts on a 150 at market open, you're like 1 or 2 trades and you're out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying don't do that. Don't full port at market open. If you're going to full port, at least full port when the market's calmer. Bouncing between. Sorry, I just saw something. I think the turnaround is going to happen soon. We're still a bit choppy. Should really keep my eye on the footprint. I just lost a house because of your. Now I know you're trolling. Furkan, how much drawdown do you have on this account? Technically, I don't really have like an exact drawdown number. I think, one moment. Like, it's okay. I lose 10 grand on it, like, in one day. Ola Prime will call me and be like, what the hell are you doing, man? Do you know what I mean? Like someone will talk to me essentially. They'll be like, "What are you doing?" But it's not like rigid kind of rules. But I would comfortably. It depends. Like, 1 second. I think this is the move. Ah, bloody hell! See, I'm out the market. I just want to see how effective these sellers are. I think I've freaking missed the beginning of it. It was all the way up here. This 297, 220. All right, I'm going to jump in short. If we break above, that candle again, then that's a little pullback and I can go in short again. But I want to see that 220 hold, because we're just that little area. If that holds, we should be fine. Yeah, full porting is wrong. My edge with 3 years of back testing is 73% win rate. People need to understand 2 trades max, 1 trade if you win. Yeah, that's actually a very good system to have in racing coalition. Like, have like a maximum, of what you're, in terms of trades or trade ideas. Like, I do the same, but more trade ideas and trades itself. So for example, I will count this as 1 trade idea. Shorting here is 1 trade idea. But yeah, I agree. Like, if you stick to kind of, all right, look, I'm either gonna, lose 2 trades in a row and then I'm done for the day, or make 1 trade and I'm done for the day, whatever it is, like, if you have that kind of system, that definitely does help. But I'm very much like in and out the market a lot. I like to be in the market because I like to catch the move, and I'm a little annoyed. I missed it at the top here again. Just at 297 as we trade below. I should have probably got in here again for another scalp, but it's fine. But this is my point, Sandy, right? Like, sometimes you're gonna get chopped up trying to catch the move, but you want to be in the market when the move happens, and you don't want to miss it, because there's nothing worse than getting chopped up and then missing the move completely, and then it dumps and you're like, oh god, I was right, but I was just timed it wrong. That's like the worst. It's painful. How much time do I have? Okay, I've got, I would say, 15 minutes left, and then I have to get off this stream because I have a client interview at 4 p.m. So yeah, keep your, stick to micros, because you need to, like I said, if your account cannot withstand 10 losing trades in a row as a scalper, doesn't matter how good of a trader you are, even with an 80%, 90% win rate, you're going to blow the account at some point. It won't take long until the account gets blown. Just going to see. I should really keep an eye on this footprint. I'm looking at the chat a lot. I want to see defense here. If we drift above at 2.7 and we don't get defense, I will flatten and then potentially jump back in, because I think there could be a little. I want to see defense happen here. A little bit of defense, but nothing too spectacular yet. Come on, sellers. Keep defending. Keep defending. Let's get below that 109. We want to get below because we're wedged now between these two areas. Sellers at the top, buyers at the bottom. There's a bit of a wedge, so we could jump. Oh, look at those buyers trying to come back in. Got my finger on flatten. If we get above, yeah, we're getting above. I still think we're going to go short. So you have two options now. You can either get out and then jump back in, or you can wait for this to play out. So I'm going to hold. I think I'm going to hold it and potentially enter another position, stack up the order if, we get again. So we had sellers here at the top. If they defend, these buyers are coming in super aggressive though. 2, 4, 6. Jesus, over 1,000 contracts. I do like the way you trade. I'm setting up an edge around this and testing it now. Yeah, absolutely. Like what I always say to people is if you find, like if you have a particular strategy you already have and it's working well for you, try and incorporate the footprint into that strategy. So whether it's like a 15-minute opening range strategy or whatever it might be, try and incorporate the footprint into it rather than just use the footprint, right? Just it will give you a little bit more of an edge. Big moves happen whenever you read the chat. Yeah, it's actually, I'm telling you what, it's difficult to stream because before when we streamed on Ola Prime TV, we had like moderators and stuff. Maybe that's what I need, a moderator, because I'm trying to keep up with the chat and reading. And obviously I don't want to ignore anyone. I'm trying to keep up with, what's going on in the chat. And sorry, I need to look at this chart right now because I'm seeing what the hell's going on. These buyers are coming in super strong. I need to figure out where I want to potentially, obviously, get out if this is. We could actually go higher here. These buyers came in very, very strong. Just want to mark them out real quick. I want to see what happens here. 270. If they get effective, I'm getting out. 170, 140, 160, 150, 120. So there's a bit of absorption there, but the sellers are not able to hold them back much longer. Nah, they're breaking above. All right, I'm going to get out of this trade. I think that, wait a second. I think I made a mistake there. I think I made a mistake. Yeah, fuck. I got out too early. I think I made a mistake there. There's all the sellers. Shit. I saw that absorption just in that second, and I thought, fuck, why? I shouldn't have got out. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, told you to bring it. A high win rate means nothing if you're not making money. I usually have that with them win rate, but my winners are huge compared to my losses. Yeah, exactly. That's the idea. This area is very interesting right now. What time is it? Okay, I still have just over 10 minutes. This area is very, very interesting. Ideally, I want to short up here, but I don't know if we're going to actually get there. If we get there, then I'm definitely shorting up here. Let me just check if this meeting is actually still happening, because sometimes they cancel beforehand. Just let me check my Calendly. So as long as this meeting is happening, obviously I have to get off. If it's not, then I can stay on. So let me just check real quick. Calendar, come on. No, it's still happening. All right. I don't want to miss it. $435, $450. I'm at. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. It's not ready, but it doesn't look bad. Let me see something real quick. Let me just look at the 5-minute footprint. Sometimes you see a bit more. We go 15-minute real quick. Oof. Yeah. What price level is that? 741. That will line up with here. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's the plan. Here is the plan. If we get to here, I'm definitely shorting. That lines up with a gap. That's the original buyers, sellers that sparked it off. Just move that there. Thing is, it's not going to happen in this session, like while I'm still alive. But this doesn't look bad as well. $4.6. We're at 4.7. This doesn't look bad. Yeah, doesn't look bad for a short. But I haven't got the time. Okay. All right. What's your take, Victor the Rook? What's your take on order blocks using order flows? Yeah, no, I mean, you can see where the order blocks are using the footprint. I think I marked one out here somewhere. You can see it sometimes a bit better, but wherever like a big move happens and there's like a big chunk of orders, that would be an order block. So you could definitely mark them out. Shit. Yeah. I think I missed it. This area looked really good for a short. There was part of me thinking, like, should I take it? Should I don't know. Kind of missed it, but it's fine. Because I have to got this freaking interview in 10 minutes. Fuck it. It looked good because it was more of a real-time thing as well. But it's very hard to explain. It's like the sellers were just more effective. That's all I can describe. Like the buyers just stopped instantly. It created like a little lower high, like it all lined up. The only thing that was really the entry there, but never mind, I missed it. I still think there's a good chance still, though, that we might be in a bit of a not like a big range, but a range of some kind. The real strong play would be to short it higher up at around 7. If I go on the 15-minute, you can see it. The stronger play would be to short it high 740. That would be like, if we get the pullback there, that would be the stronger play. Just it's not going to go to 740 in the next 5 minutes. It's just not going to happen, right? That's the only issue. Mythic Trader, I understand that you're in for the buy. I read it as a sell, mainly because of what's happened in the last few days. I think this is more of just a pullback to a bigger move down. I am still very much bearish on the day. We just have a lot of dip buyers right now coming in. But on the institutional level, like the biggest in the last week, the biggest player in the market was a passive seller by far. There's some passive seller in the market that built up a gigantic short order, like a big sell. And that's why I have a very strong bearish bias moving forward. Okay. Did you make a clear video on how to identify buyer or seller got trapped? David Jack, did I make a clear video? I think I go over it in some of my trade breakdown videos. Yes, I do go over it, but I haven't made a individual video just on that. But it is on the cards. I am looking to make it, just not yet. Yeah, all right. I missed it. It's fine. I missed it, but I gotta leave in a few minutes anyway. Did you buy additional for Dom? Yes, yeah. So the full level 2 obviously was given to me on this account. So yeah, that's why you can see. It's useful to a certain degree, but truth be told, it's this one in Project X it's not really good, because you can't actually see the executions either. You have the volume on the side, but you don't really see. There are a lot better depth of market tools out there. It's okay, but it's not great. And really, I look at more just for kind of spoofing, things like that. Nowadays, order flow is easily available to everyone, so it is the new retail. I don't believe in order flow. You'll see the magic soon today. I kind of disagree, man. Yes, it's easily available to everyone right now, but it wasn't when it was right now. I agree. Order flow is easily available to retail traders, correct? But it's not the new thing in the trading world. The new thing is quantitative trading, right? But again, retailers don't have access to that. We retail traders do not have access to that. It's look at this. Yeah, I missed it. That's annoying. It's all right. I'll wait for the next cycle. By the time my interview's done, I'll catch it again. But yeah, but like I was saying, quantitative. That's the new kind of big thing. And we don't have access to that. But maybe in 20 years' time, God knows, that will be the new kind of thing for retail traders. Because we're always 10, 15, maybe 20 years behind what the big institutions have right now. That's why no institution rehiring traders. Banks, they don't hire traders anymore. They have portfolio managers and people who are quantitatives, right? People who know how to code and all this kind of stuff, right? Like, but they're not traditional kind of traders, you know. Like guys like me, we're unemployed. Like I can't go into a bank and be like, oh, hire me. Like it's not going to happen. You know, I mean, hedge funds and stuff still have, you know, traders, but they're very much kind of moving into that kind of field as well. So the idea of institutional like traders is just dying. And now with AI, honestly, I have no clue where things are going. AI is actually quite scary because I think AI is going to shake up the market. I don't even want to know what institutions have AI wise. That you know, it's going to be super protective. Yeah, this move happened. I missed it. It was there, but I didn't execute it. It's fine. Sometimes you miss it. So that's more painful. Missing the move is more painful than anything. But it's fine. It happens. There'll be a cycle again. So we'll have the cycle. I'll wait for the next tracement. Boom. On Instagram, I always update my trade for the day because I got to get off. I have like an hour interview with a client in 5 minutes, so I got to prep for that. And but on Instagram, I will like post a story of the trades, like if I take more trades of what it is. But I do really have to go right now, sadly. Got the interview with Melvin Boyd. He's a trader at Ola Prime as well. Really good trader, actually. Really, really good trader. And when I say trader at Ola Prime, he's actually the he's like a client, you know, so he has a funded account, etc. Yeah, and you'll probably see that video on Ola Prime's channel at some point. Well worth watching. Oh, Tom, you came just on the last minute. Unfortunately, I have to leave. I've got an interview. I saw your interview with what's his name? I forgot the guy's name, the English guy. That was awesome, man. But anyway, guys, I have to go, unfortunately. I might come back on again after the interview because I feel like today is going to just keep chugging along this market, and I haven't taken any trades on my cash account, so I want to take something. So turn on notifications because I will probably, there's a high chance I'll come back on after this interview, all right? And we'll carry on if you still want to trade. So I'll see you guys hopefully in like an hour, something like that. All right, everyone. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.